This is my problem with the social justice propaganda weirdos. I don't care what you do in the privacy of your own home. Don't care about any of that. When you start trying to influence others to do the thing that you're doing, and when everyone has to know your business, you should be mocked and shamed. You should.
And that's why I am completely against this whole movement. That's why I don't like it. I don't. Because you're trying to influence little kids. Not just little kids, society together. You put it in your movies. You put it in the songs. Anywhere people go, they can't get it. Literally, they're breathing in. They just breathe in and out the alphabet mafia, bro. Because you're everywhere. You got your balls just dingling in their face constantly, telling them, hey, if you don't like the rainbow, then you are a bigot. If you don't like the rainbow, then you are this. If you don't like the rainbow, then you are that. You know what I say? I say, fuck the rainbow. That's what I say. I don't like the fact that you just force everybody to believe in your ideology. I don't want it. I don't like it. It's disgusting. I like a woman, you know? And then on top of that, you want to influence kids. And when I say, hey, I don't want you to influence the kid, I don't want you to influence my child. Let me raise my child the way I want to raise my child. And then you want to turn around and say, you are a bigot, a homophobe, or whatever dumb language that you have to say. You're all that. And me personally, I'm not afraid to be called these things. I'm not. I really, really am not afraid to be called it because I'm just gonna say as it is. All right.
Good. I mean, I don't know why that you would do that, other than like anybody that puts their sexuality or their personal health choices out there for the internet to see is a weirdo in my opinion. But this started to create more and more controversy for MrBeast, and a lot of people were starting to ask questions. Then Chris Tyson would go out there and attack people and respond to people and try to ratio people. It was just nonsense, and you could tell how thin-skinned Chris Tyson was about the whole situation. All the while, people wanted MrBeast to speak out on it because MrBeast has this good guy persona. Everybody loves Jimmy. He's a great guy. He loves humans. He loves everybody. He wants to help people, yada, yada, yada. Fast forward to today, and we have Chris Tyson from MrBeast is being accused of talking to minors.
And here's what I gotta say, man. MrBeast has been somebody that's been defending Chris, especially because, again, I didn't really keep up with the social media and stuff like that, right? But when Chris transitioned and people were calling him out, MrBeast was always coming to Chris's rescue to try to say, oh, Chris is a good father, you know, yada, 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 everything, every accusation that people were throwing at Chris, MrBeast would just come and say, no, he's not this type of person. I am very curious to see what he has to say about this. Because this is something that is just, you can't defend this. There's so much proof on the internet now. He has tweets going all the way back to 2016 talking about how he likes lolly. I didn't even know what that meant until today. I'm not even kidding, bro. I had no idea. Like when I read it, I was like, okay, he likes lollipop. That's what I was thinking. But no, it means something else. I'm not going to look it up on here.
2 videos over the last 30 days outline the alleged inappropriate relationship with a minor that started with a minor at the age of 13 with plans to meet up with the same minor at the age of 16. Chris Tyson, who now goes by Ava, has yet to respond to these allegations. And, you know, here's, let's watch this.
This ain't true. And this screenshot is Chris Tyson talking one-on-one with him. And at this point, he would have been 16.
Okay, so if we have proof, cancel this dude. Get rid of him. All right? I don't know when Dr. Disrespect is going to come back into the scene. Maybe he's getting his thought together. Maybe he's getting his proof together. Because, you know, people were quick to jump on Dr. Disrespect and get this guy canceled and yada, yada, yada and stuff like that with no proof, by the way. These were all just allegations. But if there are proof and text messages between Chris and a minor, MrBeast, you cannot defend that, brother. You gotta let this guy go. You got to let him out of here.
And here we go. Here is the picture of them meeting up together. I'm gonna censor his face. And as you can see right there, there's Carl right there. There's Chris Tyson right there. Chris Tyson was talking to this guy since he was 13. Chris Tyson was in college. And
so all these guys, like this guy's name is Carl. This is Chris Tyson right here on the other side with the blue thing around his neck. And then, of course, the person in question in the middle. I can't stand any of these guys because they are such pathetic mainstream all they care about is their mainstream overlords. They will repeat the same exact left-wing talking points that keeps them at the top of the food chain. They've been doing this for years. It's pathetic, and it makes me sick to my stomach that they have no real opinions of their own. None.
This guy since he was 13.
And it's not just them. It's mostly people. It's most YouTubers out there, I will say, do not have the opinion of their own. They can't think for themselves. They're being told what to say. They're being told, hey, we want you to cancel this person. We want you to talk about this person. If you want to make it into the YouTube scene, all you have to do is just go along with the agenda. It's that simple. Feminism, go along with it. Alphabet Mafia, go along with it. Here's the thing, right? Here is my tip to any upcoming YouTubers. If you want to have a lot of subscribers, if you want to sell your soul, if you want to sell your morality, okay, to the corporate overlords out there, if that's your goal, all you have to do is watch the news. And if the news says, hey, this is good, we like this, you need to come on YouTube and say, this is good, we like this. And I guarantee you, before you know it, your videos will start to take off. How do I know that? Because every time there's a social movement out there, the news is always behind it. They always like to preach about how this is good for society. What else can I say? It's not just, it's out there, plain and clear. If you start talking good about the Alphabet Mafia, your video take off. If you start talking good about the feminism, your video take off. But me personally, I don't care. I'm going to call it as it is. All right? If I see a movement that's coming up, and I know this is a danger to society, and I know this is a danger now to just people in general, I'm going to call it as it is. I'm just going to say, hey, this movement is bad. Here's the reason why this is bad. You shouldn't follow this movement. Simple as that.
I was in college, and of course,
is this a Sonichu medallion? Why the hell is there a Sonichu medallion in this video? That is so weird. I just noticed that. Why is a Sonichu? Never mind. Never mind.
The moment he was able to drive, he takes a camper van out in the middle of the woods, which, by the way, very secluded area. Let me talk about that. Anytime that someone is taking a camper van somewhere, bringing it out in the desert or the middle of the woods, it's very unnecessary because there's RV parks, there's the Walmart parking lot, there's plenty of areas you can go instead of going to a place that's very unfamiliar to you to camp out there, especially in a secluded area. So the real question is, if he was talking to Chris Tyson, who is interested in both men and women, since he was 13 years old and Chris Tyson was in college, why did he take a camper van out to see him and take it out in the middle of the woods in this secluded area? And then he met up with him like 2 days later, like the picture was posted.
What the hell, bro? What?
And keep in mind, this is what we know. Imagine the stuff that we don't know. Imagine the stuff that we have no idea.
What is going on? So, yeah. So here you have, these guys right here. You have drama alert. Keemstar says, MrBeast connected me directly with Lava, the alleged Chris Tyson groomed victim. Lava, I was not groomed by Chris Tyson. Lava, I did not meet Chris Tyson by myself. I met Chris and the MrBeast crew with my family present. Lava, I ran a Discord with Chris Tyson when I was 13 and edgy, inappropriate jokes were said. That's it. Well, isn't that the whole problem with the Dr. Disrespect story. I mean, that was my problem with it. I felt like Doc himself admitted that inappropriate things were said to a person that he should not have been talking to. To me, that's pretty much it. That's not a good situation at all. You can't spin that. Same thing's happening here. So does this mean that MrBeast and Chris Tyson are going to be canceled just like Dr. Disrespect? Are we going to see all of the cool gaming YouTubers calling out MrBeast and Chris Tyson now?
No, you will not. Why? Like I said previously, they like to protect themselves. Okay, if a YouTuber is coming up and he is part of the, of the club, I should say, it's not that easy to really cancel them. It's the same thing applies to this movie actors and stuff like that. I mean, look at P Diddy. We have clear proof and evidence that this dude is clearly somebody who is involved in sexual violence, somebody who is involved in beating women, and yet he still has all of his social media because he's part of the club. If you're part of the club, you get protected, you get special treatment. It doesn't matter what people say about you, they're still not going to cancel you, they're not going to freeze your bank account, nothing.
Now, I highly doubt that because they're all a bunch of fucking cowards. Because they called out Dr. Disrespect because Dr. Disrespect was critical of pronouns and critical of other things, and he was friends with Nick Merckx, who's a Trump supporter. That's why that happened. But the mainstream gaming weirdos, they're not going to call this out. They're not going to call this out.
Hell no.
Now, Jake the Viking, who used to be part of the MrBeast crew, says this: Jimmy knew.
Oh, no way. And I remember this guy. I remember they were doing like a whoever last touches the Lamborghini gets to have it. And I remember him being in that video and he's saying Jimmy knew. Oh, bro. Bro, Jimmy. Damn, man. Damn. That's. You know how when there's people like to say cops are bad. The truth is, not all cops are bad. But when you have some few bad apples, and the good ones are protecting this bad apple, everybody put them all in the same basket. And it's never, oh, all of them are good. It's always, all of them are bad. People always think about the bad first before they think about the good. And the reason I'm bringing up this analogy is because if MrBeast is a good guy, and he is hanging out with somebody like Chris Tyson, after knowing everything that Chris Tyson is being accused of, it's only a matter of time before people start to say, MrBeast is also somebody who likes little boys and little girls. It's a matter of time before that start happening. Right now, I haven't seen anything about it. I haven't seen any tweet of MrBeast admitting that he's into this kind of stuff, but the fact that he knew and he said nothing, nor did he try to get rid of Chris at that time, it's all the proof we need.
Massive bombshell. Now, full disclosure, I know Jake. I was just on the phone with Jake right before I made this video. I'm friends with Jake. He's friendly with Geeks and Gamers. I think we're working on an interview with him right now for geeksandgamers.com. And you're probably going to see more of him in the very near future here on this channel. But Jake quote tweeted this one and said, the quote is, quote, I ran a Discord with Chris Tyson when I was 13 and edgy, inappropriate jokes were said. That's it. And then Jake says, sending sexual jokes to a 13-year-old is not okay. Never has been, never will be. GG's to Lava for confirming the allegations.
And that's the thing, right? Because like we previously seen, that kid responding to Keemstar about how he came with MrBeast with his family and yada yada yada, and he exchanged some few inappropriate texts with the 13-year-old with him and stuff like that, right? That's never okay. You don't do that. How you expect us to believe that you didn't do anything with this 13-year-old? Like in a camper van, you went and met him, and you exchanged inappropriate texts with this 13-year-old? And now you expect me to say, oh, nothing inappropriate went down. They just went, met, took pictures, and yada, 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 and then they went about their own business. Now, I have a hard time believing that. Why? Because again, with the whole Dr. Disrespect situation, when he got caught, I can tell you this. If Dr. Disrespect did not get caught, I haven't read the message, but he admitted himself. He was planning on doing something with that minor. You don't talk dirty to somebody without the intention of doing something with them. That's this that you don't do that. That's weird. You don't text somebody talking dirty with and then later be like, oh no, I have no intention of what?
Bam. Holy crap, man. This is wild stuff. Now, at the time of me recording this video, we have had no updates from MrBeast. No updates from the MrBeast crew or anything like that. Jake did say that Chris Tyson has deleted all of his tweets from a month ago. So all tweets from Chris Tyson are completely gone, hiding from something apparently. Isn't that interesting? Interesting indeed. So we're going to continue to monitor this situation and stay on top of all of this. But it is ugly right now, and it's not going away anytime soon. So
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and stop right there, man. Anyway, Chris, Ava, yeah, you're fucked, bro. You are fucked. Catch you guys up later in the next video.